Check, check, check. All right. I'll give everybody a few minutes to get in here because my throat will only allow me to say everything once. This is Starship Adventures. My name's Ian, and I'm getting over a pretty bad illness here. And so I'm certainly not on my game tonight, but I'm going to come in anyway and see if I can do at least 30 or 45 minutes here before what's left of my voice goes back out again. But let's try it anyway. We've got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We've got we got auroras that are visible all over the place tonight, and that's pretty cool. We also have a number of different news events from today that I'm going to be going over. Lots of positive financial news coming out, and I always love to see that because we really need to get this country back on the tracks going again. And I think it's happening. I think COVID got us down, and there was a lot of different reasons why we've had such problems over the last 4 years. I'm not going to get political, but all indicators now, just about all indicators, are showing the economy on an amazing rise right now, and we're going to get into that in just a few minutes. We're going to be discussing space weather, the aurora borealis. We've got 4 live views up from Maine in the United States, from Finland, and we also have a shot from the UK. And so we are watching for auroras tonight. They are entirely possible, and I'm going to get into why if my voice holds out. We also, I'm building something for the car that I want to show you guys tonight, show you where I'm at with that. And I'm also going to discuss several news events from today, including the large 5-alarm fire in Baltimore. No one was hurt. It was amazing to have such a large incident and no human lives were lost or even seriously injured, so that was good news. But I will be doing all of that here in just a minute. Let me get my chat room up so I can see who's here. Okay, it's coming up. I see a few of you found me. This is the problem with YouTube. You have to beat that drum every day. If you don't, the algorithms forget about you like a bad headache or like a crap from yesterday morning. It's just gone out of your memory completely. And that's the way it is for YouTube. Despite the fact that I've been running all of my streams wide open. I mean, I've been running stuff like you wouldn't believe in here. And despite that, I've still been losing algorithmic advantage over the last 5 days. Thanks, Coco. I don't know about wisdom, maybe a little bit. I don't know. But you're certainly... I can't do much about your energy level tonight because this is all I got. But we'll get through it. I just wanted to poke my head in and tell you guys I haven't quit. And nothing's changed. I plan on being here 6 nights a week going forward. I think this is COVID, but I don't know. I can't say it too many times or they'll ban me. This makes me really wish that those vaccines had been effective, but unfortunately they were not. As a matter of fact, the latest study that came out showed in some cases in several states, people that got the vaccine actually had a reoccurrence more often than people who did not. So it's unfortunately the vaccine was a bust. We had 2 presidents, 2 administrations that earnestly tried to get us a good vaccine. Unfortunately, we were let down. The vaccine never materialized, and the one that they're pushing now is about to go away completely because it has just been proven to not work at all. Oh, okay, Dom, you're on a local ham net. Well, there you go. I've had a channel up for about a week now, where I'm putting out a bunch of the local repeaters from all over Florida, using that new scanner Q, that what we call QCast, and it's working really good. Hey, Red, how you doing tonight? I do appreciate you guys making it in. I don't expect a big crowd because I've restarted a bunch of my streams earlier. When a power outage took out half of them and not the other half, it died. It's like I lost one phase and not the other. How can that be when the phases are split right at the transformer outside my house? I only have one phase coming down my street. It goes to a transformer that then gives me two phases or 240 volts. I don't understand how I can get one side drop and the other side stay active. I don't get it. I hope that my transformer is not about to fail. But anyway, we'll leave that where it is because that's not my problem. Well, I guess right now it's my problem. Anyway, yes, so let me tell you exactly what's going on with me. Thursday night of last week while at work, I started feeling like shit. Right about the time I was leaving work, I started getting that sinking feeling. You know that feeling you get when you're running a fever for the first time in a long time? I haven't run a damn fever in years. I'm one of these people that I don't get sick very often, but when I do, sometimes it kicks my ass. And so I could tell I'm driving home and I'm like, I'm sick. I got a flu. I can feel it. I felt great at work, had a full dinner. Everything was great. Produced the show at work. Came home, had every intention of doing the show here. By the time 9 o'clock rolled around, I felt like shit. I was going downhill, man, like a 747 with the engines all gone. I was nosing into the crash site, man. It was bad. And so I called out Thursday night with you guys, and then Friday night, and then of course I'm off Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. This is ridiculous. Every single day running as much as 102-degree fever. I never ran an extreme fever. It's always been about 101 to 102 every day. I've been using Advil and different things. I've got some immune support gummies I'm taking, probably more than I should. I've been eating ibuprofen like it's candy. The ibuprofen for me is a great fever reducer. I take 4 of these or 800 milligrams, which is what they prescribe. That says only take 2, but you understand that you get prescribed 800 milligrams. So obviously you can take 4 of these if you need to. That's not medical advice. Don't sue me. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. I got Afrin. I got orange juice, all the usual stuff. I'll admit I don't drink water. That's my biggest problem. I'm drinking orange juice, apple juice. I've been trying to buy some healthier choices, but I don't drink water. I can't stand water. It's like drinking shit to me. I don't know why. I always tell that joke when people say, drink water. I'm like, and I always look at them and I pull that line from that movie, Idiocracy. I'm like, you mean like out of the toilet? Because I don't drink water. I've never drank water. I don't drink water. When I was a kid, I drank a lot of iced tea. I grew up, soda, iced tea, even fruit juices. I love fruit juices. I drink all kinds of stuff. But mostly it's Mountain Dew or the generic equivalent. And I don't drink water. And everybody's number one piece of advice is drink lots of clear fluids. Well, I just want to remind everybody that 97.865% of Mountain Dew is actually clear water. I just wanted to bring that up to everybody in case you didn't know that. Mountain Dew's made from clear water, and then they add the mountain and the dew to it. That's it. So anyway, yeah, I thought this was a regular flu. My entire life, I'm a 24 to 36 hour flu guy. I get a bad fever, I break the shit, I'm done. COVID kicked my ass. COVID, I was out of work for 10 days, two consecutive weeks, plus the weekends, before I could get my ass back to work and not be contagious. Then I got it again a year and a half later. That one took 5 or 6 days to kick. I was out of work 8 days. This sucks. I'm one of those people that never call in sick. In fact, I have perfect years of attendance at the fire station and everywhere I've worked. I'm one of those people that when I every now and then I get really ill. I mean, to the point of almost being hospitalized. But I break it. I kick it. I don't have health insurance. Can't afford a doctor. So I have to self-medicate, which is what I do. And, yeah, I'm not much on lemon. I know I drink Mountain Dew. I get it. But I'm not much on lemon, and I hate flavored waters. Flavored waters, to me, it's like you're literally taking shitty water out of the toilet and adding just 3 drops of fruit flavor to it and trying to fool me. It's not working. I don't like it. Anyway, yeah, you do need electrolytes, and I actually did buy a bottle of Pedialyte, but I haven't drank it yet because my system is still working. As long as I'm working, I don't go with the Pedialyte, but I do have a big bottle of Pedialyte if I need it. If I can't keep down fluids, I immediately start drinking Pedialyte because I know I go downhill quick. Anyway, so that's where I'm at with all that. I bought all kinds of chicken soup. In fact, it's kind of funny because I was looking when I checked my screens earlier. You can see there. You can see my chicken soups stacked up on top of my refrigerator right there. I literally just went today and bought 5 more cans of chicken soup, and I've already ate one. If I can't eat regular food, I can keep that stuff down. I don't know what it is about chicken soup. Campbell's condensed chicken soup with just half a can of water. I don't do the full can of water. It makes it too watery. Yeah, this. Oh, really, buddy? I hate to hear that. Yeah, this is bad. If I was your age, I could have kicked it. But being a geriatric, not so much. Yes, yes. This immune support gummies that I'm taking about 3 times the prescribed dosage, and it is slap full of a bunch of different vitamins. D is the big one. So yeah, I'm not poisoning myself, but I'm making sure I take plenty of that. Besides, these taste like citrus, and they're freaking good. I'm like, can I buy these like just to eat without the medicine in them? Anyway, I got these blueberry ones that have melatonin in them. They're really good too. Why can't I get these things like? Why can't I go in and get citrus and blueberry non-melatonin gummy bears? I don't get it. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, this is bad. You know, it's one of those things. I live alone, so fortunately, I didn't infect anybody else. The bad news is my mother's had to do 5 days in rehab with one less person coming to see her. 7 days now. I cannot go into a rehab place full of old people when I'm running a fever. That would be heartless and unhuman, and I couldn't do it. So I've been talking to my mom on the phone 3 times a day, and I've been doing all the normal stuff, but I can't see her, and that really kind of bugs me. All right, on the grid today, at the bottom of the radar, right over there, right there, that's actually a sliver of my rooftop, looking out of my webcam, my tower cam. I've got a lightning storm over there, but it kind of gave up the ghost just before I went live. But it was putting out. Oh, look, that's the mosquito control. The skeeter eater's going by. That's twice in a week. That's awesome sauce. Yep, that's the skeeter eaters going by. It's actually, we have an independent taxing district here called Lee County Mosquito Control. And they actually go out, they actively spray all the neighborhoods through the summer. They also run Hueys, spraying all of the marshlands. They also run DC-3s, spraying swaths of land. They have to do all this down here. It's a constant war against the mosquitoes. If they get too bad, people stop coming to Florida. That's how bad the mosquitoes are. I know you got them bad where you're at. Most places in the U.S. have a mosquito season. Florida has some of the worst mosquitoes ever. And, mosquito-borne viruses are an issue and all that. But the biggest part of it, hey, Junior, what's up, man? the biggest part of it down here is our tourists. If they can't walk outside between dusk and dawn, they're not coming back next year. Hello, I mean, you know. So we do the whole mosquito control thing. Anyway, up top, up there, we got 4 different shots of the skyline up in the northern areas. We are on Aurora watch right now. A geomagnetic storm is in effect right now. It's actually happening right now. Earth is passing through a wake of a coronal mass ejection that struck yesterday. G1 storms have already been observed, but now G2 and G3 storms are possible overnight tonight. High and even mid-latitude skywatchers could see auroras tonight. So if you're north of the Mason-Dixon line, there's a slight chance. Well, it's Houston. Everything's bigger in Texas. I bet your Dolly Whoppers are twice the size of our Dolly Whoppers. Oh my God. I can only imagine. A freaking mosquito has lights on the wings. They're so big. And then we get these little microscopic saltwater mosquitoes. And in many ways, they're the worst. Because the Dolly Whoppers, they're stupid. They can't ever get you. Because they got all these big dumb legs and everything. It's them little saltwater mosquitoes that tend to get up inside your clothing and just wreak havoc on you. Yeah, it's pretty bad when the mosquitoes have their own air traffic control system. All right, so a CME has sparked widespread auroras. As predicted, a coronal mass ejection struck our magnetic field today. The impact was abrupt and strong, bringing strong solar winds faster than 600 kilometers per second. That's 1.3 million miles an hour. This shit's moving, dude. It's moving so fast even the troopers can't catch it. I'm telling you. G2 class storm in progress. Plot. Let's see here. There's some neat shots on spaceweather.com that were taken from planes and stuff. They get the neatest shots sent in there. Crank flies. I don't even know if I've ever heard of crank flies. I mean, they probably bite though. That's the bitch. God, guys, my throat's really hurting. We'll go for another 15 or 20 minutes here, and I'm going to have to go. I just wanted to come on. The algorithms are dying on me here. I just wanted to come on tonight and let you guys know that I haven't given up on this. I'm still going to do it 6 nights a week. I've just been very ill. Hey, Summer Sky, what's up, man? I'm trying to see if I missed anybody else. I do appreciate all you guys being here tonight. Let's see here. Oh God, what else is going on? Weather-wise, right now we've got 1 severe thunderstorm warning right here in, I believe it's, anyway, right here, right up near the Great Lakes. I'm not even going to try tonight. I'm hurting so bad. All right, so, all right, so that's what's up with that. So I did want to go through some headlines real quick, and then I want to show you guys a little project I'm working on. I got that right here. So bear with me. I'm only going to be about 30 more minutes here, so just stay with me, and we'll get through this. The Baltimore fire, let's talk about that real quick. It was classified as a 5-alarm fire. That's, of course, as you guys know, that's pretty much the max. Over 175 firefighters responded, underscoring the danger of it. It was an incredibly big fire. It began around 3:05 p.m. on West Fayette Street near North Howard Street in downtown Baltimore. Flames engulfed at least 3 buildings, 2 4-story structures, and 1 smaller building. One of the affected buildings did collapse due to the intensity of the blaze. All 3 buildings were vacant. Okay, so we've got good news on this one. No one lost a home. Let's chalk that up as a freaking win right off. No one was hurt. Another win. No one died. Another win. So as bad as it can get in Baltimore with these fires, because they have row homes, they've got a lot of inner city, they've got a lot of houses that are over 100 years old. And so because of that, Baltimore is a hotbed for fire, just like Chicago, New York, places like that. Crews conducted external attacks. There's no reason to risk lives of firefighters in structures where we know they're vacant. There shouldn't be anybody in there. We're not going to send guys in to sweep floors and get them killed. If you break into a place and then the fire gets you in there, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have been in there. Whatever. I'm a firefighter. Nothing's worth burying a firefighter over. Okay? Fire's under investigation by several agencies, including the Arson Task Force and the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms federally. Light rail service was suspended due to smoke between Camden Station and North Avenue. Bus routes were detoured. Traffic closed in the area. The smoke plume was large and was visible from Interstate 83, showing you how large the fire was. The coordinated response involved Baltimore Fire, Police, DPW, and Emergency Management to manage safety and logistics. There were no reported injuries or fatalities in the fire. Amazing news. The fire caused wide-reaching effects, from transit chaos to buses and interruptions, but no one was even hurt. I just think that's a success. That's why we spend all this money on training and gear and tactics and officers that make lots of money. We pay that so that we don't lose guys in bullshit like this. Vacant buildings that were going to be torn down anyway. They did a good job today in Baltimore. A good job. Congrats to them. This comes from I'm a firefighter at heart. That's what I did for 17 years of my life. And I'll never forget those years. That's where I did my best work as a human being. And I was on the honor guard. And although I never buried any of our own, I buried a lot of our own, if you know what I mean. I went to funerals all over 3 states. The president announced today they're relocating the headquarters of the U.S. Space Command from Colorado Springs to Huntsville, Alabama. We already have a lot of space infrastructure in Huntsville, Alabama. I don't think a lot of people realize that. They're trying to blame this, do that, whatever. The point is Huntsville, Alabama, just like Houston, just like Cocoa Beach, Florida, that's where our space program already lives and exists. That's where JPL's at. I mean, there's a lot of things in Huntsville, besides one of the biggest ham fests in the world. Oh boy. Okay, I'm looking here. None of the shit I want to talk about. Frontier Airlines just did something that no one's really tried before. They just launched their Go Wild program, Unlimited Travel Pass. Frontier introduces a $299 annual pass for unlimited travel on select routes. The pass aims to attract frequent flyers with budget-friendly flexibilities. Some critics warn about blackout restrictions, hidden fees. Of course there's blackouts and hidden fees. They're not going to give you unlimited flights for $300 anywhere you want them. They're trying to they're putting asses in seats. That's all they're doing. But yeah, I mean, this could work for people. If the flight between your hometown and your mama's hometown happens to be one of these routes, man, this could really work out good for you. Okay, I don't care about that. You guys know Gresham Green? Dances with Wolves actor. He died today at 73. He's an Indigenous Canadian actor, passed away after an illness. He was known for his groundbreaking roles in Dances with Wolves and other films. His career helped broaden representation for Indigenous actors in mainstream media. Um, he spent decades in TV, film, and doing voice work. That's Graham Greene. He was 73. OpenAI releases a new ChatGPT mobile app. I hope it gets better. They took out the functionality to change what the enter key does in ChatGPT, which I think is terrible. Now when you hit enter, it sends it in. I like to just type it like a paragraph, and then when I'm done, hit the goddamn arrow button. Doesn't that make more sense? But no, every time I hit enter, I have to start over again. I have to cancel what it's doing. I have to start over again. Oh, did they try this 2 years ago, Rippin'? I didn't know that. That figures. Thanks, Brandon. Hey, Victor, what's up, buddy? Hey, PHX, what's up, man? I'm glad to see everybody coming in tonight. Nice crowd. This is a really bad flu, but I still don't think you're going to be able to get it through the internet. I'm not sure, though. All right, Powerball jackpot rolled over again. For Powerball, this is pretty good. 1.3 billion with a B, billion dollars. 1.3 billion dollars. Jesus God, you couldn't spend that money in the rest of your freaking life. I'd like to try. Anyway, Chicago Labor Day weekend. 8 dead, 50 injured from gunfire. Why can't we just go in there and do and give a little bit of assistance like we had to do in D.C.? You know, not one military guy's made a single arrest in D.C. They're simply just helping. They're filling in. They're transporting prisoners. They're being the second man in the car. They're directing traffic. They're doing paperwork. They're taking care of things so that the regular cops can all be out on the street. That's all. But everybody's convoluted because people hate Trump and they hate the government. They've convoluted this thing. Whatever. DC's safer than it's been in 40 fucking years. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. And I didn't like it either. I don't like the military going into the streets, but it's being done properly, I think. And now they wanted to go to Chicago and just send in a few hundred guys to help out. That's all. They won't have it. They like it being a crime-ridden country. Do you know Chicago has higher crime than 14 different third world countries in South America? Let that sink in for a minute. Chicago, Illinois, inside the city limits, has a higher crime rate, a higher murder rate than many, many third world countries. It's crazy. Now, I'm the first one that says we don't need cops out violating rights and beating heads. I'm the first one to bitch about that. But you got to be able to walk down the street in your neighborhood, right? That's all I'm saying, dude. So let's look at the options. Let's keep it tempered. And let's get the streets back under control. That's all I'm saying. And let's do it within the Constitution. A warehouse leak triggers a chemical alert in New York. A forklift accident caused a chemical spill from cleaning products at a beauty warehouse. Authorities issued a shelter-in-place warning. Let's see. I don't care about the college football poll. Couldn't give a shit. I do want to talk about this. Bank of America. They came out with a statement today that they believe that the S&P 500, they believe the S&P 500 will be rising to almost 10,000 by September of 27. This is incredible that a major institution saying this. They're predicting a 52% rise in the S&P 500 between now and September of 2027. It's because of all of the different things that are going on right now. We're in recovery after COVID. That's a big deal. Trump's done some crazy things, some of which I was not very happy about. I think tariffs are scary. Guess what? We're paying down the debt. He'll have the debt paid down in 6 or 8 years at this rate. To nothing. That's so important. So if you hate Trump, continue to hate Trump. I don't care. But just keep an open mind, because the country needs to do better and needs to get better. You shouldn't care how it's getting better as long as it's getting better. The latest information about the tariffs is that it's actually stimulating the economy. Several of these big economists that came out and said we were all going to die, that it was going to be Mad Max in 1 year, that it was going to be like Thunderdome, 2-man enter, 1-man leave. Guess what? The economy's going up. We for the first time in, not even in Trump's last presidency, Biden's last presidency, Obama's last presidency, none of it, did we see the inflation rate reach 0. Everything's stopped. The inflation rate has stopped. It was at 9% a year just a year and a half ago. So we're talking about a major shift in the way we have to spend our money. Now, in order to get back where we were before COVID, because I'm not blaming all this on one administration or the other. I don't like the way either administration handled COVID. I don't like the whole warp speed thing. I didn't like the whole fucking Biden going all in on schools out and all that. I was not happy with any of it. And because of all that shit that everybody did during COVID, our economy was ruined when it didn't need to be. And so now I'm happy to see that we've reached a level that inflation has stopped. And I'm happy with that. Well, Victor, the military actually has many of their own police officers, military police. All the different military branches have their own police within there, and their police are not to deal with civilians. Their police deal with issues on the base. Specifically, they deal with things like AWOL, bar fights, trespassing, and things like that. And I think that a lot of people get into the military and get into military policing. I think that's a great job. And I think these are great guys, and we need them. Everybody needs policed at some point. Are you talking about that mini handheld I bought? It's in the car. I've been using it in the car. It works fine. For $17 freaking dollars. I programmed 1,000 channels into it. I tested it. It puts out about 7.5 watts at 2-meter call. It's putting out 6 watts on 440. So it's a great little radio. I've got it hooked up to my trunk-mounted quarter wave, and it's doing good. I haven't even spoke to anybody on it yet. I don't do a lot of talking, because who are you going to talk to anyway? It's ham radio. Anyway, I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek and kind of not. Anyway, let's leave it alone. Yeah, I've heard good and bad about Frontier, actually. They fly out of Charlotte County here, and they've, you know, as long as the wheels aren't falling off and shit, they're not so bad. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm just making sure I had everything up there. America 250 to create the world's largest U.S. flag. America's semi-quintessent. I read that earlier, and I said, Ian, you're going to fuck that up when it comes time, and I just did. Sorry. America's semi-quincentennial. You say it. Say it. Say it right now. Quincentennial. Quincentennial. Okay, we all got it now. All right. Plans 776 foot by 1,492 foot flag. This will be the largest flag ever flown, ever, ever, ever. And we're going to do it here. It's going to be our flag. It's going to be meant for the 2026 Independence Day celebration to honor next year, guys. Next year, we're 250 years old. Most representative republics or democracies don't last that long. So we're doing pretty damn good, actually. They're building a specially designed sports structure. It's going to be a big boon for patriots. It's going to be really cool. I like it. Yeah, it's a mini rig. It's a mini UV5R. Yeah, I think it's a UV17 was the one I ended up with or something. But yeah, it's nice. Let's go ahead and do that right now because I don't know how much more I got left. So, in my car, I tried for 2 weeks to figure out where I'm going to mount 2 radios. You know what I figured out? Wait for it. There's nowhere in these new cars to mount frickin' radios, and I'm not buying these stupid undercover radios where you got 50 buttons on the goddamn mic. I hate that. So, I live alone. I'm going to be chasing alone most of the time. I drive in my car alone. I think my mom's rode my car once. Nobody ever rides in my passenger seat. So what did I come up with? Well, I'm in Florida where it gets to be 190 degrees in your car every day. And so I got thinking, how can I do this so that I've got my radios, but yet they're easy to take with me or use at a field day or take them inside and use them inside? How can I do this? If I want to put an antenna in my bedroom and go in there at night and play around a little bit on the HF, I want to be able to do that. Well, there's a way. It's a camera box. I spent $40 on it. Okay? It's just a plastic camera box. That's really all it is. It's waterproof. And notice the radios, they're sitting in there. They're not mounted yet. They're just sitting in there. See how they're sitting? Even though they're sitting that way, the box still closes and still secures. So you can see from where I sit, I'm going to be able to see the front of both radios pretty easily. Channel knobs are right there. The volumes are right there. And so that's what I'm doing. This will sit in my seat. The back will go up against the back of my seat. The seat belt will go around the front of the box. And it's going to sit, it's going to sit here. No, I have no one living here but me. No. No, there was several people that lived here, but they live somewhere else now. So it is what it is. I don't even know why. It is what it is. People come, people go. And I have a feeling some of them may be back at some point to stay here. But we're all free humans, and we all own more than one place. So, I got a place in Georgia. Within a few years, I'll be living full-time up there. I'm only staying here because of my show on radio. Not this show. I can do this show from the moon. I'm talking about my work. We've got such a successful show there, and my host is such a great guy, and my crew and my program director and my call screener. I just love these people, and I can't leave. I gotta stay. I want to go so bad, you have no idea. I really do. But I'm gonna be here for another couple of years. We're gonna be moving into a new building. They just bought out a bunch more radio stations. We're gonna have 15 radio stations, 4 TV stations, and 3 print media in one building. We're going to be the largest privately owned broadcast conglomerate in the United States. And these people I work for are amazing. I love the people I work for. They treat me very well. And so I'm going to be working there for a while longer. So I'll have to move to the mountains in a little while. Anyway, so what I have here, sorry, when I feel bad, I either talk really highly or really lowly. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm nostalgic tonight over my coworkers and the things I like to do, and I'm a little nostalgic and choked up tonight over it. And hell, I've already used the F word twice. So, I mean, it's a weird night. You just have to forgive me. All right, anyway, this is my setup. It closes, it opens. So you're wondering, how am I going to run the wires for this thing? Oh my God, it's going to be a mess, right? Hell no, it's going to be fun. Look at this. I bought this. This is for an electric kicker. You know what those are, right? Those of you who fish, the little electric motor, right? This mounts on your transom up towards the front, or whatever you call the area in the front up there on your hull. You mount this, and you hook this up to your trolling motor batteries, 1 or 2 or 3 batteries, whatever you have for your trolling motor. And then this waterproof plug sticks in there, and what's really cool about it is when it goes in, it locks. The cap actually locks it, and it's locked in place. This is 8-gauge wire, and it will take both radios transmitting at the same time. I'm going to put this on a probably a 25 or a 30 amp fuse, because I'm only actually going to speak on one radio at a time. So that being said, probably a lower fuse, higher wire, that's the best way to do it. Probably a 20 amp fuse. If it blows, I'll go up to a 25. All right, so that's how my power. This is going to go in the back of the box, which will be on the side towards the passenger side door, so it won't even be seen. It'll be on the side of the box back there. And when I sit the box in the car, this will be on the box, mounted on the box. This will be laying right down next to the seat right there. And all I got to do is just pull it out, plug it in, and I've got as much power as I need. Antennas. Well, funny you mention that. I bought these. PL239, both sides. Guys, if I get names or numbers wrong, I'm sorry. My head is a cloud tonight. I got these 259. I think I'm saying the wrong damn number. Anyway, it's a standard antenna. This goes on there. It comes with these rings, and what you do is you put the ring on there, and you pass this through a hole, and then you put a ring on the other side, and then you silicone the shit out of it. And what this is, there'll be 3 of these on the back, which will actually be the long side. There'll be 3 of these, and one will be for the VHF radio, and one will be for the shack in the box VHF UHF, and one will be for the shack in the box HF. So there's going to be 3 antenna connections on the box, because this radio has one antenna connection because it's a VHF. This is a 50-watt ICOM that I'm putting in there. This will eventually get replaced with a multiband, but right now I don't have a good multiband to go in there. That's why I'm keeping that little portable in there for UHF. This is a great radio. The mic's here, it's just not hooked up. This has the detachable faceplate. Haven't decided yet, but I may eventually switch out the way I'm doing this later down the road and actually use the removable plates, because this you actually can slide this right off. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This is a Yaesu. You know, as much as I bitch about ICOM and Yaesu, they do make really nice equipment. They charge you way too effing much for it. Okay? It's a rape and a kiss. Are you kidding me? But they do make good equipment. Anyway, this is a shack in the box. It goes from 60 kilohertz, 600 kilohertz, up to 440. Does not include 220. But that's awesome. This has 2 antenna connectors, and you can see one is for HF and 6 meter. That's right there, HF and 6 meter. This one is for UHF, VHF. Those will be hooked to the pass-throughs. There'll be 3 of these pass-throughs, and so they'll be hooked up inside with jumpers. I've got these little 1-foot jumper cables. They're actually a nice quality. I bought them at Swap Shop. They're going to go in here, and they will end up being the jumper, so that the radio and the internal connections and everything will already be hooked up. When I open this box, everything in here is already hooked up. The mics are sitting right here on top. I actually have both mics. I haven't plugged either one of them in yet, but here's both mics. One ICOM, one Yaesu. The one thing I don't like about amateur radio mics is they all have a cheapy feel to them. All those years using a Motorola mic, I mean, you could beat some bitches down with them Motorola mics. These things are kind of, be careful, might break. All right, and those will lay in here. I probably will put at some point a little plate up here, so I'll have 2 little mic clips, so that when they're riding in the car they can clip up there. Now, what else can I do to make this more convenient? Well, I'm going to have 12-volt power, right? So I found these little cool things. Look at this thing. This basically mounts on the outside. It flush mounts. It's got a little cover that goes over it. Flush mounts, right? And it's got a little power button. And you open this up, and look at that. 3 USB ports. 2 of the USB-Cs and 1 of the USB-A. And this, I got 2 of them. One of them is going on my dashboard, down low on the passenger side, as just a spare. Because I'm going to have power right there anyway in my fuse panel that I'm putting in there. So I'm just going to hook one up right next to the fuse panel so I have extra charging. But this one is going to actually mount on the front of the box. Okay? So you're looking at, here, let me put this other radio here so you can see what it looks like, okay? You see the 2 radios stacked in there like that, right? And that's what it looks like. This is going to mount right here on the front of the box. And it'll be silicone flush mounted. Everything I put in this box will be waterproof. Everything that's on the outside and the inside, it's all waterproofed. The box is waterproof, okay? You'll literally be able to drop this in water. If everything if I do it right. Never going to test this theory, by the way. Not taking it out in the boat. Not a big boat guy. I swim great. I'm just not a big mariner guy. I don't give a shit. Okay. All right. Thank you, PHX. You're right. I get all that. To be honest, I get some of that mixed up. I do. Whatever. But these things, see, guys, I can't even hold things in my hands tonight. I've dropped this 3 times. Anyway, this will be really cool because there'll be 3 of these studs sticking in the back. And all my wires are going to come right up there, and they're just going to be hanging there next to the seat. So when I sit this in the passenger seat, the seat belt comes around, and then I just reach over and I make sure I'm going to have them color coded, red, blue, green, so that I bought stickers. I'm one of these people. I like to coordinate things, and one of the things I like to do is put stickers on things. And I've got these big stickers, and I got a whole bag here that's literally full of stickers. These are property stickers that have like my name and address and stuff on them, so that people, when they find my equipment, they won't destroy it. And I've also got a bunch of, I don't know where they're at, but I also have another thing in here. They're all colored stickers, colored circles. And what I'm going to do is they'll be there'll be 3 colored circles on the back, and I'll probably have them on the top too, so I can just feel back there and put it in the right spot. And then the wires will have the dot wrapped around the wire, so you'll be able to see the blue wire goes to the blue plug. Easy peasy. Okay, so if I've got 3 antenna wires, 12-volt electricity, right? Plus I have a little plug on the front that's going to give me 3 more USB plugs right there. What else do I need? I mean, that's it. So that, I mean, this is my idea. This is what I came up with. The entire cost for the entire project was under $100, minus the radios, of course. And so what I've got now is something that if I go on a trip or I do something where I leave my car somewhere, or even if I'm just home all weekend, I can just grab this and bring it in here. And I'm going to buy, you can buy just this side of the plug for like $5, and I'm going to buy a few spares of these, and I'm going to actually have one in here, so that if I want to use these radios in here, I just bring the box in and plug it in here. I'm also going to take one of these plugs and put it on I've got a 15 amp power supply that I'm not using. I'm going to put this on that power supply and have it all packaged up and ready to go. So anytime I decide I want to go and set this up on a picnic table somewhere or whatever, I can do that. I've also got batteries. Okay, these batteries allow me to run remotely if I need to for periods of time. And so I can put a box with this that has batteries in it, and now I'm completely mobile. I can also, like I said, that power supply, throw it in a case with a plug, and I'm mobile again. I can even get another box like this and put batteries in it and put this plug on that, and then just make me a jumper with one of these on both ends. And now I just sit the 2 boxes next to each other, plug in the jumper, and go to town. This is my first mobile setup. I've never had a mobile setup. So I'm excited because this gives me a workbench setup for in here, gives me a mobile setup for field days and working remotely and doing POTA and things like that. If we take my mom's car up to the cabin instead of mine, okay, I'm going to install one of these in her car too. And that way, whether I stick it in the back seat or if she's not with me, I put it in the front seat, whatever, I'll have that box with me and I'll have my radios and I'll be plugged in. So I'm going to go ahead and buy 3 more of these and wire them all up so that I'm ready to go. And eventually I'll switch out both of these radios with different radios. But for right now, these work and they're good. Galactic, better is subjective. I do feel a little better this evening, hence I'm on the air, and my voice has held out longer than I thought it would already. So we've got a decent crowd. I'm trying to hang in there for a few more minutes. But so yeah, I'm building this. I've got the antenna pass-throughs. I've got the power plugs. I even got the USB thing to go on there. And all this will be sealable. And there's enough room in here to put additional equipment. Like I literally, if I wanted to, there's enough room in here literally to just take the antenna off my UV25 and it fits right down in the box. So this is great. And I throw a USB-C wire in here, and now I can charge that UV25 off the box and whatever power supply I'm using with the box. Yes, Clay and Buck live in separate cities. They do. That's why they're always talking over each other and they've never quite figured it out yet. I don't dislike Clay and Buck, but I have not become a big fan, unfortunately. I I don't listen to a lot of political talk radio. Trust me, produce 3 hours of talk radio and then come home and host 3 hours of talk television. And when you're not doing it, you're not listening to it. Trust me, I get sick of it. Um, the cats are fine. Luckily, they don't get our flus. You ever wondered about that? Cats don't get our flus. All the way through COVID, everything, none of my cats ever got sick. Now, there was a few documented cases where people with really bad COVID had a cat or a dog that got ill. I'm not saying it's not possible, but for the most part, my cats seem unaffected. Matter of fact, they're here for me, if you know what I mean. I mean, most cats, once they get to where they love you and you're their person, they get very empathetic about how you're doing. I mean, my cats, I'm having a really bad day. Sometimes, every now and then, I have a really bad day, either health-wise or something's not going my way, or I just got cost me a lot of money or something, and I'm in a bad mood, and my cats will walk up and just like, what can we do? You know, what can we do to help? It's amazing how empathetic animals can be, and that's why I think they're so good therapeutically for people, because they really do seem to understand. They don't know what's wrong. They'll never understand what's wrong, okay? And I'm under no illusions about that, but they do feel your pain. And they're empathetic to what you're going through, even though they don't understand it. And so, yeah. Yes, I'm doing lots of vitamin C. Let me get this box out of my way. But any more questions on the box, throw them in there. I'll be glad to answer it. But look at that. There you go. And that's that. I love that little go kit. I love this box. Look at this. It's even got the pressure plug on it. And what that does is, if pressure builds up in the box, it'll let it out, but it won't let it back in. Wasn't that expensive, guys. Freaking mic wire out of the door. There we go. All right. So anyway, that's that. That's what we got for that. I mostly just needed to figure some way to put a few radios in a car that literally has no place to put a radio. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I haven't heard about the leaves changing yet. Generally speaking, the leaves will start changing up in Canada by late September for sure. By mid-September even, sometimes in Canada. But then, like down towards my cabin in North Georgia, you don't normally see any significant color change till the second week in October. Yeah, I could do that. As a matter of fact, I can do that very simply. Let me just knock it out real quick for you, because I'm not going to be on much longer. I hate to admit it, but I'm hurting pretty bad, guys. I don't feel good, and my throat's really hurting. Let me give me just a second. Okay. Those, I got a 2011 Hyundai Sonata. This is my second Hyundai Sonata. My last one was my favorite car I've ever had. It was just an amazing car. And I drove it 250, 300,000 miles or some shit. And I got this one, only had 140,000 miles on it. It's in really good shape. And so I went ahead and I bought it, and I'm happy with it. Slowly switching all the light bulbs and stuff out. Just copy these links that I'm putting in. This is the easiest way to do it. these links will give you. That first one there's for the antenna connectors, and this is the power plug. And yeah, because see, I got my Amazon account right here, so it's really easy for me to just do this. You guys know I buy just about everything from Amazon or Walmart because I am a cheap sumbitch. I'm so cheap I squeak. USB plug. All right. What do you mean if I can get the miles off the car? It's only got 140,000 miles on it. By today's standards, that's less than half a life. I paid $5,000 cash. I love walking into these shitty little car lots with cash because the people get all freaky deaky. And you can usually get a nice car. They wanted $6,800 for this car. So, but you wave the greenbacks right in their face, and all of a sudden they're like, and finally I tell them, this is all I have. It's out the door or nothing. Goodbye. No, come back, come back. Yeah, just a few more weeks. Remember, latitudes everything when it comes to the leaves changing. And then of course in Florida, our leaves just turn brown when the rain quits. We don't actually have a leaf color change down here. We have no hardwood forests. There's a little leaf change in North Florida, but by the time you get mid-Florida, South Florida, you're really out of the hardwood forests. They're all just pine flats and pine forests down here. The ground doesn't support the hardwoods. So what you end up with is a bunch of trees that don't change color. And then all the other stuff just turns brown because it dies. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Oh, there's the case. I was like, where the hell's the case? I like this little camera case. It was 43 bucks. I searched and searched. And they were all, I'm looking at Pelican cases that are $200 and all this. I'm like, oh my God, I can't afford that. But of course, there's always a decent knockoff if you're careful. And I found one. This is called a Jack Boss, and it's a great little box. I just put the link in there for you. All right. Is there anything else you guys need links to? I believe that's the 4 things I showed you tonight. Yeah, I think that's about it. I put the LED headlights in the car, and man, the low beams are nice. They're pretty nice. They're better than incandescent. The high beams are nuts. And even at half power during the day, they're daytime running lights. And even at half power during the day, they're impressive as hell. So, yeah. Hey, no problem, Victor. Yeah, Harbor Freight. I've yet to beat Amazon locally, so I don't even bother anymore. I haven't been in Harbor Freight in 5 years. And I like the place, don't get me wrong. I like the place. But they have nothing in there I can't get cheaper for and just wait one day and it comes. Everything I just ordered is a one-day delivery. Everything I just put in there, those are all one day. I set it when I go and search. I'm a Prime. That should tell you something right there. I'm Amazon Prime, and I'm the cheapest sumbitch you'll ever meet. But it actually saves me money every month. I've had 40 orders in the last 60 days. So I order a lot of shit from Amazon. So that Prime saves me money. I also get Paramount Plus through Prime. It's a little bit cheaper. And 2 more Star Trek episodes and I'm canceling. I only keep my subscription active when there's new Star Trek coming out. You'd think they would learn because there's about 100,000 of us doing that right now. Oh, okay, Ryan Hall, y'all. Got to tell you, big fan. I'm a fanboy. I do like Ryan Hall, y'all. He's got a great channel. He's probably one of the many channels out there that I looked at when I was putting stuff together here. He's the one that turned me on to Radar Omega, which I thoroughly loved. A sudden stratospheric warming event that's predicted to hit this year. Interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be warm. It's gonna be cold. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. They'll certainly feel it if there's a vortex deal and it gets and we get a little colder than normal winter. It's Canada and the northern tier that really get screwed up so bad. Yeah, I keep a lot of shit in my Amazon cart, and then I have to go uncheck the stuff I don't want to buy right now because I also use that for like my future planning. Yeah. No, it's all good stuff. Glad I could help. I hope that you guys like that. Yeah, I mean, I looked and looked and looked, and I even found these boxes for twice as much on Amazon. So you have to really watch what you're getting and compare the pictures, compare the prices, go to the factory and look at it on the factory website and different things like that. I do a lot of research. Try to make intelligent buys. I've made a few bad ones lately, but mostly good ones. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy another one of these cases for my 35mm style digital camera, my XLR as they call it. I got a really nice XLR camera, and I got a bunch of lenses and shit that go with it. When I got this case, I'm like, oh man, because this case has something I love. Punch out foam. If you guys have never used punch out foam, look at all the little holes in it. You can literally go in and pull out one square and then stick a pencil in there if that's what you want to do. But you basically lay your camera on there and you figure out which squares you need to remove so that your camera will still tuck in there and still fit firmly. And then you have your lenses and your flash and different things, and that's the footprint. So I was so happy with this box. I'm gonna buy another one for my 35 or my XLR digital camera, and I may buy more of them. They come in 5 colors, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with them actually. I think they're really good. Yeah, with me, I'm going to tell you, with me, Amazon, it works for me in 3 or 4 different ways. Number one, I like the selection. It's the largest selection of any place you can shop in the entire world. Number two, it's pretty much the cheapest place to buy anything that you're going to get. It's pretty difficult to even find a factory outlet or something like that that's going to provide a cheaper price on a product than you're going to get on Amazon with Prime free shipping. It's just a fact. The other thing I like about it is their delivery service. It's FedEx screws up every 3rd or 4th time they come here. Brown, it's what Brown can't do for you that's important. They put shit in the wrong yards. They don't know what they're doing. They throw shit out in a rainstorm in a paper envelope. I mean, I got to tell you, sometimes they do good, sometimes they don't. It's hit and miss with both FedEx and UPS. And of course, USPS. Do I need to say anything else? What a mess. They've lost 2 packages in a year for me. And what's funny is they never show up. You would think one day they're going to find that package like in the back room or something. No, the bottom line is one of them wanted it and they fucking stole it. That's the bottom line. Look, if it was lost, it would show up. If it was sitting behind a bin, when they clean out the building, they would find it and ship it on. I knew a friend that had something lost in shipping and it showed up 4 years later. It does happen. Mine never do. Why? Because someone stole the damn thing. They're thieves. So anyway, and I'm not necessarily blaming all employees. Every company has thief employees. It is what it is. It's humans. Humans suck. Coco, yeah, let's talk about Star Trek for a few minutes. I liked Picard. The first couple of seasons were okay. They tried too hard to make it not Star Trek at first. These writers they have now, for some reason, they hired writers that don't like Star Trek. I'm convinced the people that write Strange New Worlds Season 3 and the people that, certainly the idiots that wrote Discovery, and even some of the people that wrote Picard, which is a good series, I believe that some of these people not only never watched Star Trek, but they couldn't pick it out of a lineup. They break canon constantly. They screw up things that they don't need to screw up. They get things wrong about the different races and the different genres. I don't know. I've become very disheartened with this new Trek. The cartoons are all terrible. I can't even watch them. I've tried. I'm like, oh, it's Trek. Just watch it. Hold your nose and watch. No. It's a cartoon. It sucks. It's not real. It's stupid. They don't even pretend to be real. It's like, I at least want science fiction where they're pretending that it's effing real. Anyway, and then Discovery was such a disaster. Oh my God. And you know what really sucks? I like Shaniqua Martin Green. I do. I think she's cute. I think she's a great actress. I was so happy when they cast her because I loved her over on The Walking Dead before that asshole with the baseball bat came and ran us all off. Remember the night that 16 million of us quit watching The Walking Dead because they gratuitously killed off two different people for no reason? My two favorite characters, the pizza guy and the Patriot. Remember that? Yeah. I never watched the end of that show. That was I got up and walked out, and that's the last I watched it. And but she was in that, and she was great in that. And so I was so happy when they cast her in Discovery. And then when I realized it's not even a show about a starship captain. It's not even a show about a starship. It's a show about a criminal. They literally made her a criminal at the beginning of the show. They made her into the worst criminal you can be in Starfleet, and that's a traitor. They basically charged her, and it stuck with sedition, with mutiny. And that's where we started the series, with a mutiny, with one actor that I love, an actress that I absolutely love, standing up against her captain in front of the entire bridge and getting arrested for it, rightfully. And then the whole show becomes how she gets her honor and her glory back. And I hated it. I hated how they wrote it. The entire show, I don't know if you've noticed, every single season, the entire universe was dying. They weren't trying to save the captain. They weren't trying to save a ship. They weren't trying to save a fleet or a solar system. Every single GD season of that show, all 5 seasons, ended with a calamitous ending that literally meant the end of everything. That's stupid. Okay, once I get, twice maybe, but to have the entire universe threatened 5 different times in 5 years, the only thing they did on that show that gave it some saving grace was the actors and the characters were good. The guy that plays Saru, amazing. The character, amazing. The costume, amazing. I even really loved Shaniqua in the last 2 years because she had become a respectful captain despite the past. And they went way into the future. You know why I didn't mind it as much when they were in the future? Because they couldn't screw up canon so bad. They screwed up every piece of canon that there was in Star Trek, in Discovery. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Discovery had so much potential, and the whole spore drive. Look, when you make it to where the ship can be anywhere in the universe instantaneously, you've really taken a lot of story out of it. It's the journey that counts. When they can press a button and the ship twists and flips like some kind of goddamn acrobat, that's the stupidest effect I've ever seen in my life. That the three saucer sections flip around each other and then the whole ship flips around. What is it, Wonder Woman? I don't know. The whole thing was ignorant. Ugh. So then they came out with Strange New Worlds. Now, I just wrote a season 3 synopsis. One of the things I do when I'm sick is I write. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm still posting, even though I'm not coming on much. Because even without a voice and I feel like shit, I can still type a good rant. I typed a big one. It's posted on the channel. The link's in Discord. I wanted people to know where I stood on season 3 of Strange New Worlds. Because season 1 and 2 were actually pretty good. And really good in some respects. There was a few episodes that have been stellar. Okay? There's also been a few that have been disgusting, like Subspace Rhapsody, season 2, for instance, where they literally danced and sang the entire fucking episode. And yeah, I'll use an F word for that one. They danced and they sung through the entire thing. Star Trek's not a musical. It can't be a musical, okay? The whole subspace distortion somehow got into their music database, which somehow got into their fucking heads, and that somehow made them all start choreographically dancing together and singing, and even the ones that can't dance and sing were being forced to dance and sing and sing out. And I'm just like, what is going on? You're making my heroes look like freaking idiots. I was so mad. I turned that episode off after 5 minutes and I wrote a rant. I wrote a nasty rant. Hey Galactic, thanks for coming in, man. I'm only going to be on a few more minutes and I'm out. But anyway, we had another one, first season, the fairy tale one, where everybody in the crew becomes a part of this little girl's fairy tale or some shit. Okay, whatever, shit episode. I like the whole Mbinga had a, by the way, Mbinga is becoming my favorite character. He's so deep. He is deep. He fought in the Klingon Wars. He did intelligence work. He's also a great doctor. I mean, I even liked Mbinga from the original series. We only saw him, I think, 2 or 3 times. But in this, he actually has the African accent. And he, I don't know, man. I just love him in that part. The guy that plays him is amazing. And a lot of the characters in this, I love Una. Una Chin Riley, the first officer. I love her. I love the actress that plays her. So amazing. There's just Ensign Mount, the guy that plays the captain. He's one of my favorite captains. I mean, he's a great captain. Are you kidding me? So when they churn out shit episodes like Subspace Rhapsody, I have to question, do these idiots that they've got writing this show even understand the show that they're writing for? Could they possibly know what they're doing? Now, some Trekkies like that episode, I'm sure, because there's people out there that like theater and crazy weird things like that. Luckily, most of us are a little more mainstream. Let me tell you something. There's been one musical in all of the world's history that I liked, and it's not really a musical, and that's the Blues Brothers. The good old Blues Brothers boys band from Chicago. I love that movie, and it's kind of a musical. That's it. I can't stand musicals. The moment that idiots break out in song and dance, my shit is surfed on. I'm gone. And I leave a negative review. People don't break out into song and dance. What the freak is wrong with people? I don't understand it. If you want to be on a Hollywood show or a Broadway show where people come out and sing and dance, go do that niche shit somewhere else, okay? Don't do it on Star Trek. Don't shit on Gene Roddenberry, okay? Don't shit on everything that's been. I hate the fact that they did that episode. I hate it. And now this season, what have they done? They did it again. They freaking did it again. They had to have episodes that are just stupid. There's just, why? Why can't we just stick with what works? I don't understand why it has to be this way. It's like this season, okay, let me give you some examples. This season, season 3 of Strange New Worlds. They had the follow-up to the conclusion of season 2. That was a good episode. That was a good episode. I mean, it was good action, stakes, everything was right. Good episode. Ensign Mount being the hero. That's what it's about. I love that episode. The very next episode, Wedding Bell Blues. It's Trelane from the original series. I didn't like that episode in the original series, and yet they bring it back again, and he makes a big fake wedding between spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, don't bother. This guy, Trelane, which we already know, we don't find out for sure till the end, but we know who he is. Dresses like Quark. I mean, let's face it. Okay, dresses like Quark, and he shows up, and he makes people get married that aren't getting married, and he makes things happen that aren't happening, and at the end they figure him out, and his parents come and get him, just like in the other one. What are you doing, Trelane? Quit messing with your toys now, Trelane. It's stupid. It's a retread. There was no action. There was no plot. There was no reason for any of it. It was simply, hey, we got to write some shit, and we don't even like the series we're writing for, so what am I going to write about? So what they did was they wrote about something that happened in 1967. It wasn't that good of an episode back then, and it's a terrible episode now. It's a retread. Spock saw Trelane. They heard his name. Uhura saw him. People saw him that see him later in the original series episode, which comes later. But yet none of these people recognize him when they see him. No, because we can't retcon that. So why did they even do it? Why break canon when you don't need to? It's a freaking retread episode. Not only is it a retread episode, it's a reset episode. It means nothing, it did nothing, it does nothing. It's shit. The next one, 3-3. I rewatched this one yesterday. Great episode. Shuttle to Kenfori. This is an episode where M'Benga and Mount, my two favorite characters, by the way, go down in a shuttlecraft to get some flour to cure what's-her-face of the Gorn thing, which the whole Gorn thing breaks canon, because that was the first time we ever saw the Gorn in arena out at Vasquez Rocks. That was the first time the Federation had ever seen the Gorn. Now we're fighting the Gorn. Now we know the Gorn. We fight the Gorn. Everybody's been effed by the Gorn. It's the cannon's completely shot there. But this episode is good. It's got Klingons in it. It's got honor. It's got lots of phaser fights, zombies. I mean, a lot to love here. That's 3-3, Shuttle to Kenfori. Worth watching. Great episode. 3-4. Space Adventure Hour. Oh my God. Guys, I'm sorry. If you don't like to hear me angry, you might want to hang up. This one's shit. This one's even worse. Do you know what this is? It's a holodeck episode 93 years before they invented the goddamn holodeck. Again, it completely blows canon. Completely. And they retcon it in at the end by telling Scotty to mothball it. Bullshit. This never should have existed. This is completely canon breaking. Okay? And here's the thing. If they're breaking canon, what for? Another retread. This is simply another retread. One of the characters, La'an, who seems to be the only one that can really fix things when it goes bad, La'an gets trapped in the holodeck with Spock doing a mock detective type adventure, and they get stuck in there. Oh my God. Oh my God. They did that on Voyager. They did that on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and they did it 5 times on Next Generation. Remember Moriarty? Remember all that bullshit? How many times? Remember with Dixon Hill? Picard went in as Dixon Hill, and he got trapped in there, and the holodeck safeties are turned off. Every time the holodeck traps somebody, the freaking safeties are turned off. What is wrong? First of all, why would you even be able to turn off the holodeck safeties? This was bad fan fiction. And you want to know the worst part of it? They show a show that's a campy version of the original Star Trek. And they have the guy that plays Captain Kirk now playing a campy Captain Kirk, even campier than it used to be played by Bill Shatner. And they portray Gene Roddenberry as a drunk. Let me say that again. They betray the great bird of the galaxy as a fucking drunk. And I was so furious when I saw this that I actually wrote Paramount themselves a letter, which I know never gets read, but I just had to do it. And I called them everything I could call them. I'm canceling my Plus subscription in 2 weeks. The moment these last 2 episodes air, I'm done. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do next year. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? I bet it's a lot cooler up there than it is down here. 96 today, no rain down here. So anyway, that's Space Adventure Hour, where they have the Gene Roddenberry, the show creator character, in the Adventure Hour holodeck. Looks and acts like Gene Roddenberry, and he's a drunk. I mean, that's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life. This is more than bad. It's more than disheartening. It's disgusting. Then they did Through the Lens of Time, season 5, episode 5. Not bad. Solid episode. It's not bad. It's an extra temporal, extra dimensional, we got to figure out how to get home type thing. They did do something in this episode that I hate them for. They introduced us to a new character the episode before. There's this new black nurse, male nurse. I like this character. I thought he was cool. They killed him off the very next episode. Why do you have to kill everybody off? The next one, the salad who ate its tail. This one's a great episode of Star Trek, almost. And I'll say why I say almost, because you know something? They're doing really good. And then all of a sudden, this huge ship that's like unimaginably huge, like we would have heard about this if it really existed, comes out of nowhere, and this big mouth opens up with big teeth, and it bites and it eats the Enterprise. Oh my God. How cliche and stupid is that? You didn't have to make it look like a big, nasty, mean Halloween mouth. It was dumb. The rest of the episode's pretty good. You get to see the Jim Kirk character sitting in the chair for the first time on the Farragut. You get to see some things that are really cool. They could have made this a perfect episode if they worked at it a little bit harder. The next one, what is Starfleet? This one was done kind of like the interview in MASH. If you guys remember, those of you who, like me, who grew up, MASH was a staple in our home. And in MASH, there's an episode that's all done in black and white. You guys remember? It was called The Interview. And this guy that was with the Stars and Stripes would come, and he interviewed all the different doctors and nurses and corpsmen at the MASH unit. And the show that week was not a regular episode of MASH. The show that week was the documentary. You actually saw the documentary as it was sent out. And that was the episode that week. And I'm thinking that was really cool. So Star Trek, and of course a lot of other shows have done the same thing. Star Trek decides to do one, and they do okay with it. Not the best. But they do okay with it. It's non-traditional, but it works. I wasn't unhappy with it. Then the next one, 4.5 Vulcans. This is the one that just aired this last Thursday. We've got a new one coming up in 2 days. 4.5 Vulcans is just a dumb episode. They literally sat there and said, look, we need to figure out a way to turn 4 of our main characters into Vulcans and then have them not want to switch back. And that's the whole story. You don't even get to see the mission they're on. You don't get to see the reason why they changed to Vulcans. You don't get to see any of that. All you see is a very improbable, unlikely change from one to the other from some little shot they stick in their neck. The whole thing, I don't know. I wasn't much on it. So now we have 2 more, and I don't even know what they're going to be. I don't know. The acting in this, the acting in Strange New Worlds is amazing. The sets are amazing. The ships are amazing. The special effects are amazing. However, the writing has been shit. The writing, it reminds me a lot of Space 1999. You guys remember that? Sylvia and Anderson, remember the Andersons created Space 1999. They shot it at Pinewood Studios over in the UK. It went 2 seasons. And the reason that this reminds me of Space 1999 is because Space 1999 had some of the best space sets I've ever seen in my life. They had miniatures. They had entire hangar decks where they would build Eagles with machines and equipment. It was all done with models. The acting was pretty good. The costumes, the uniforms were great. Even the monsters were acceptable for 1974. But the writing was shit. There was no continuity. Week to week, things would do different, buttons would do different things, and policies would change and nobody would explain why, and the writing was weak. They would spend 50 minutes setting up a 2-minute outcome. Voyager fell into that a little bit too. It's weak writing, okay? And I hate to see that in this, I do. But I'm seeing a lot of that where the acting is wonderful, the sets are wonderful, the cinematography's wonderful, the music's great. But the writing is shit. It's being written by people that don't know Star Trek. It's being written by people that I don't think have ever even watched Star Trek. Moonraker. I remember that movie. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Hey, Sea Hag, I didn't see you. Thanks for coming in. And Heath, I mentioned you. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Um, I'm sorry if I can't remember the names you prefer to go by. I don't know why these are the ones that come up. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I've looked. I have no settings that will change it, so I don't really know what to do. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right. So anyway, there we go, guys. That's my rant on Star Trek. Um, I'm hoping that these last 2 episodes will be good, and I'm hoping there's only going to be 10 in season 4. You guys believe that? 10 episodes. It takes them 18 months to produce 10 episodes. It used to be 12 months to create 24 episodes. So they used to create, think about it, they used to create episodes at 3 times the pace they're making them today. And the writing is no better today than it was. A matter of fact, some of the writing in Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and Next Gen was really, really good. And so, yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I feel like shit. I'm done. Thanks for letting me come on and rap with you guys for a few minutes. I don't know. I don't watch the 007 movies. I have a very slim, narrow thing that I watch. I watch science fiction and then just a very few things other than that. I really don't watch a lot of movies. And I don't like cop movies, and I don't like detective or secret agent movies at all. I've never liked them. Even when I was a cop, I didn't watch Hunter or cop movies or any of that kind of stuff. I didn't even watch much T.J. Hooker, to be honest with you. It's got my boy in it. One last thing. I saw something the other day and I watched it, and it was actually pretty good. It's called The Captains by Bill Shatner. Well, William Shatner. And look it up. I'll look it up. I think you can watch it on YouTube for free. I don't know where my screen went. What happens is Bill Shat, what he did was he did like a special. Oh, there it is. Oh no, that's just a preview of it. Oh, I guess there's more than one of them. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how to watch the whole thing. I ended up watching the whole thing. Maybe I was on Paramount Plus or something. I don't remember. But I'm going to send you guys a link to get you into his first episode of it. What Bill Shatner did was he went and interviewed all the other captains, which I thought was really neat. And they discussed their experiences with each other, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. He spoke to Kate Mulgrew, which I love Kate. Spoke to Avery Brooks, as you know, the captain from Deep Space Nine, Ben Sisko. He talked to Scott Bakula, the captain from Enterprise. And of course, he went to the UK and sat down with Sir Patrick Stewart, and who played Jean-Luc Picard. And and he also spoke to what's his face that played the captain in the movies. I forget his name. Whatever. He was good too. I liked him in it. But yeah. Yeah. October, I don't know. Everything's on hold right now. Mom's in rehab. She went back to the ER today briefly, but she seems to be okay. If I can't get her ready to go in October, I probably will not be going up there by myself. I'll be here with her. So I don't know what's going to happen. And that brings up another problem because I'm not thoroughly winterized up there. So yeah, I'm going to probably end up taking a trip up there at some point and winterizing. I do have a guy up there that takes care of my house. He lives down at the bottom of the road, and he takes care of our house and almost every other house on the hill. He's everybody's handyman, and great guy. And I may have to have him go up and winterize for me until I can get up there. But I don't know if I'll be going in October. If I can't get her to be able to go, then I'll be staying home. So, other than that, that's what I have. I was never much on Shatner singing, if you can call it that. But he's a funny guy. I always used to get a kick out of it. He would always do it. So, Bill Shatner. Yeah. I like to sing. I do it all the time. Anyway, there's my horrible Bill Shatner with a cold. So, yeah. All right, guys, I am going to clear. Thank you for coming on. I've got a lot of the feeds up. I got the 7.2 up. I got the amateur radio feeds out of Florida up. I got the wildfire feeds up from the scanners out on the wildfires in California. I've also got Baltimore, Chicago, New York. I actually had some traffic on that Baltimore one earlier when those fires were going on. So please go and, if you guys can, give them a like. Maybe just leave one of them on overnight. You have no idea how much that helps. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Yeah, I'm going to try to get feeling better, guys. I got all kinds of medicines here I'm taking, and I'm doing my best. I plan to be here again tomorrow night, whether I'm able to go to work or not. There's no one here I can make sick, so I can do this show even. I'm running a fever right now. I can feel the hot flashes down my back. So, but I can do this because I'm not infecting anybody. At work, I can't. I can't make those people sick. And it really sucks. I can't go see my mom. I mean, she really needs her family right now. So, luckily, I'm the only one sick, and the rest of them are able to still go see her. All right, guys. I guess that's it, everybody. Have a good one out there. I hope that I hope everybody's safe and well. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow night. I plan to be here tomorrow night. We'll see how my health goes. Live from Starship Studios in Southwest Florida. A very hot, steamy 84 degree with 100% humidity, Southwest Florida. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures, the sights and sounds of Earth. And hopefully, if all holds out, I'll see you back tomorrow night. 7-3s, everybody. Have a good night and a safe tomorrow. We'll see you later.